Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Just Podcast. So this episode is called Just School, where we're going to talk about our school experience from primary school, secondary school, into university, along with our medical school experience. Our quote for this week is by Oprah Winfrey, and it says, "Education is the key to unlocking the world, a passport to freedom." So on the panel, once again, we have Goldie and Brittany.
Hi guys.
Hey, what's up?
And I am Shanice. Would you guys say that your schooling in general from primary school and secondary school has shaped you into the person that you are today and would have contributed to your ability to get into medical school?
Okay, of course, I think the school system influences us in positive and negative ways because we're not exposed to a whole lot. There is things like being a YouTuber and stuff like that. We weren't really exposed to that until now. So in primary school, it's kind of like you just do science and math and whatever, but it's kind of like only shoving you in a direction of more school, like straight to college. Not a lot of it pushes you into like more creative paths. And then, of course, it's the people you meet along the way. Like, I think a lot of my friends' family played a part in shaping, like, having a good support system. I feel like I've gone off track of your question, but yeah, our school system, I think me personally, the school system did kind of shape me, help to push me towards science.
What about you, Brittany?
I strongly agree with what you said, Goldie. Our school system is very one-sided. It basically shapes you to be working for somebody, basically. Like, they don't really show you how to be creative that much.
Independent.
Right. Like, you don't really see much of art in Barbados. Maybe I don't know about it, but you don't see much of artists coming out and, dominating our society, or like what else, like musicians. I think musicians are pretty good in Barbados, but compared to America or other countries, we aren't really that equipped in those areas. But that's why a lot of us end up being doctors or nurses and stuff like that, or teachers, because Barbados is kind of limited. But Barbados still has a lot of opportunities, though. I'm not gonna lie. We have free education, so I'm very thankful for that. Shanice?
Yeah, I agree. Yes, the school system is very one-dimensional if you actually look at it properly, because like you guys said, it trains you to be able to work in an environment that's like an office or a hospital, a school, just general things that you would think of that would help carry a nation along in terms of like different roles and what's not. But they don't really focus more on creativity, like you guys said, music, or I actually know some people who are musicians and they either sing or play instruments, and like you said, they're decent musicians and what's not, but I feel like our country doesn't really nurture more creative careers or fields than, the traditional doctor, lawyer, banker, accountant, all those basic things. I think we should really encourage people to think outside of the box and not just, do the everyday thing. How we're just here studying to be doctors, like we could have been something else.
Artists, we could do here, the technical stuff, but I feel like in school, when it's time to choose, it's like, okay, there's the science class, the business class, the arts class, and then you just have to go with it.
And I feel like a lot of Barbadians and stuff are very talented with like hairstyling and stuff. There's so many hairstyling businesses
on Instagram,
I feel like they could offer more classes on those things rather than just boxes into
and
influencers. And stuff. Yeah.
Like, have you watched the lives on Instagram? Like, we have some serious talent public speakers, but there's not a whole market that says, okay, let's grab that person. He will be really good at influencing young people to do this or do that, or showing them how he engages. Like, look at how he speaks. The education system is one-dimensional, and I think it played a big part in why we are being studying to be doctors.
Yes, I agree.
But I guess it's also what people are interested in school. Not gonna lie, I was very into music and instruments, singing. I still do it now, but not to the extent that I used to in secondary school. But there was one point where I was convinced that I would just be a musician, work on a cruise ship, get little gigs every now and again, and just call it a day. But I also wanted to be a doctor, and I knew that from like a very early age. But to me, I don't know, at that time I was surrounded by music. That's all I was doing, music and art. Like, I would go to school, and this sounds really bad, but I would go to school not because I had to, but I did have to, but it was also because I looked forward to going to the music room and seeing all my friends play songs and sing. But there was this one person at the time in my life who took me aside and was like, hey, I remember you saying that you wanted to be a doctor. So you should focus on that rather than the music. Not them saying that I couldn't do the music, but don't make it the focal point of my life in terms of a career.
Yeah, because you ever realize that if you had to tell somebody, and this might not be everybody, but even a teacher, like, I want to be a musician or a doctor, they would kind of push you to be the doctor. And I mean, not that it's a bad thing, them pushing you.
They just
to
know
be
it's
a doctor,
more of a stable
thing.
career than.
Yeah. And
especially in Barbados, yeah.
Even though there's a whole world out there that you could kind of explore and do these things, everybody's like, you know what, do what, sure.
So what was your primary school life like?
Honestly, I don't remember that far back. That's the honest truth. I'm sure it was pretty good, pretty simple. I don't remember them starting to me. I barely remember secondary school.
I remember at one point I wanted to be a nurse, but I don't really have huge memories. You get me? Like these memories of primary school. I have more memory of secondary school. But when I went to secondary school, nobody else from my primary school went to the same secondary school as me. So I was kind of alone. None of my friends, nobody at all. But I did make friends, and secondary school was an awesome experience. Like, my teachers were cool, got some great friends out of it.
It's really cool. All I remember is that I was good at math. That's all. I don't remember anything else from primary school.
I went to a private school. There were some really nice teachers there. That was where I started my whole music journey, because there was this one music teacher. Only like 2 people from my primary school went with me. All the time, I wanted to go to QC bad. I wanted to go to QC so bad because I live right by QC. So I was there saying, yeah, I would just get out of my house and I would just walk on the road and end up at QC.
I wanted to go to Commerce so bad, and I did not go there. We would have been friends.
You said you wanted to go to Commerce,
Goldie? So bad.
If you had gone to Commerce, I know you and I would have been good friends.
Yeah, like some of my friends went there. A lot of my family went there. It was like, I want to go Commerce so bad. And then I passed for lodge, and I remember crying. I cry. But it was so for the best. Like, I had
things always work out
of my life at lodge. Some of my best friends are from there.
To this day.
So I can't imagine life without them. So I'm glad that happened to me.
You don't remember the day that you got your results back from 11 plus, Brittany?
Yeah, I remember it. I mean, that kind of person to freak out. No, it was just 11 plus, to be honest. Right, but yeah, I was very happy with going to ESC. That was my dream school, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Honestly, the only time I went there was for 11 plus, because that's where I had a city exam. But other than that, like, I never thought that I would end up there at all. I went to Commerce, and then I went to Harrison College for 6th form.
I live like 5 minutes away from Lodge, but I still didn't want to go. My parents wanted me to go because it's like right there. I just wanted to go to Commerce. I was just like, please God, let me go. And then there were the promises like, your families don't promise you like a million things. It's like, get straight in that I can give you this. So I wanted a computer, I wanted all these things, and I still got them eventually anyway. But
well, we're here now.
Yeah, I also think it's based on like what school you put first and where you live. Because there was somebody that went to primary school with me. He had the same marks and everything, but he went to QC. I also think it's a boy-girl thing as well. Well, not I think, that's a fact.
Also, how many people at this school, right? Because I feel so many people belong to
Is that a QC or SMS
so
that everybody talks about? SMS for the athlete, QC for everybody else. 8C, you know, QC and 8C those roll together and what's not. People say they want to go to Comer because their parents went there.
Yeah, I only wanted to go there because my cousin, my cousins went there and I wanted to go there. I really didn't care about anything else, any gifts. I think I used to only like do good in school and stuff to get things too, you know. It was never a situation where I was doing it for me. I just wanted stuff.
It helped you out, so.
Okay, did the stereotypes that people told you about the certain secondary schools, were they actually true when you went there? When I was at Comer, I would hear, you know how people like to generalize certain schools and what's not? Used to think that, oh, certain people were very smart. Unfortunately, I would hear snooty as well, but not gonna lie, when I actually went to Harrison College, it was completely different to what all the rumors were. Because there were actually people there that were like, you get what I mean? You shouldn't really listen to what
they got all
say.
kind of people there.
Yeah,
that's one thing that not really true, but people say that you're smart and thing. But you got all kind of people there, like, so you will fit in somewhere or something.
I didn't know anything about lodge. I had no plans on going there. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know about the atmosphere. I just turned up.
I actually used to pass Comer when I was in primary school, and whoever was driving would be like, oh, so-and-so went there, like insert family member, friends, and what's not. And I would just be like, oh, that's cool. And I would just go along about my business. I never actually like sat down and thought about it.
It's so good, then. I must say, they are on top with school spirit.
Yeah, they really are.
One thing about lodge. One thing. I didn't know the school name. And that was it. But as I said, I am so happy that I went.
I wouldn't change a thing.
Not a thing. Sixth Farm was the hardest. It was probably, even though I'm in med school, I still sticking out that Sixth Farm was the hardest 2 years of my life.
I think because we put too much pressure on ourselves, because now doing med, I'm like, I could have relaxed a little more in Sixth Farm. That's the honest truth.
I agree.
Really could have.
I agree.
Med school, like this comp is saying different world. It's hard.
It's sharks.
And I feel like I didn't put it in more work for Sixth Farm. That's the honest
but
truth. I didn't do it beer where I was pushing beer.
That is the truth. Unless I just get him old, because I could stay up past 12, studying. Now 12, I am out like a light.
And I used to retain things so good. No, it's just like
I'm
on delay.
So I don't know how to phrase this. What did you guys do in secondary school in order to align yourself with, the whole career that you would have dreamt to
Sciences
from third
nothing else. Honestly though, I feel like they should have allowed us to do more options, but anyways, it would have been, well, I guess it's on me to do more subjects, because I would like to do business subjects.
I wanted to do business as well. Yeah.
Right. That wasn't an option at my school because, as I said, there's a science class, a business class. How it's set up, it's kind of like you choosing your career.
Yeah, they made you choose from. Like as second form finished, there was some form that you had to fill out stating, oh, I want to have this job or whatever, and then you would pick the subjects you wanted. And then based on whatever results you got in second form, that's when they would have put you into the third year classes. So yeah, it was the same for Comer as well.
Yeah, in subjects.
Yeah.
Biology, physics. And then as time passed, I felt like I said this to people, like I only know how to do science now.
Same.
I don't think I would be able to cope doing other things because I never did.
It was narrowed down so quickly.
Yeah.
You would have to do them privately.
Yeah. Which would be hard because you're already doing literally chemistry, physics, and biology together.
That was rough.
Wow.
Rough.
You did them right on all up the way to fifth, and then in sixth form too. I did chemistry, biology, physics, and then the other things, the compulsory things. Then it's like you come over to UE and you continue science. So
yeah,
I think my career was pretty set. For a long time.
Because at school they put you in a class based on what your career was, like whatever related thing. You get what I'm trying to say. But we still
Yeah.
were able to do things that weren't really related. So, like I said earlier, I was doing sciences, but I still got to do music. I had to drop art because I can't remember how it went, but you had to choose between the two or something like that. But I did sciences, music, and a language, which was Spanish. But I wanted to do French, honestly, but I ended up doing Spanish. And honestly, I can't say anything in French now. I just remember bare Spanish words and phrases. So I guess it was for the best.
I'm opposite. I am opposite. I could not do Spanish. I chose French the first chance I got because I was better at writing French.
Spanish was straightforward to me. That French thing hurt my head. No, in third form, from the time I had a bad teacher, I was like, nah, I cannot carry this alone. I need to do Spanish.
I don't think it was the teachers. I just did French. I think French sounds so good. It's easier to write, verbs and everything. Like now I could even remember some French. Like if somebody's speaking to me in French, I could kind of decode some of what they're saying. But yeah, as for the art, it's pretty cool that you still got to choose between music and art, because when I left first form, they kind of put you in second form based on your performance in first form.
True,
so
it was like
1, 2, 3. Yeah, and the class, I think it was 2-1. They just did music. They didn't let you do art. So I don't know if music. You see, and I think I don't know who creating these curriculums, but just because you're gonna put a top class, why can't the top class do art? Why is the top class doing music? Why can't they choose?
I think at Calamari you were able to choose. I can't remember. I was in mostly the B classes, which was music. I think there was a class that did art. Honestly, as I was saying earlier, they split us up based on certain subjects. So some people were doing metalwork, TD. Some people were doing food and nutrition, business. I think there was an art class, but I also think my class was probably doing art as well in second form. Yeah, in second form we were still doing art and music, but there was also a language class and stuff.
I am excited that they're trying to change things up a bit now, where you would be tested through primary school, and then there will be no big exam at the end of primary school, and there will be more things to do in secondary school. And yeah, they're changing it up a lot. So I really hope it happens, because everybody's not the same. And I wonder if we would have still been heading towards a doctorate if it was like that in our time.
All right, guys. So what subjects did you do for Kate?
Your math, biology, and chemistry. I didn't really want to do physics because physics, I don't know, it's not that bad, but I just didn't understand it properly to do it for Kate. So I just dropped that and did some pure math. And biology and chemistry, I think you have to do those to get into medical school. So yeah. And then you had communication studies or Caribbean. And I hated anything that them forced me to do. I hate. I really don't like anything like that. Why am I learning about certain? I don't know.
I can't even tell you.
I can't remember what any course. What was it about? What was I doing a speech?
I don't know.
It don't make sense. I hated anything like that.
I did chemistry, biology, physics, and then the 2 compulsory ones. I don't know. I just always liked physics. Not that I did that great in physics, but I just always liked it. I didn't love it enough that I could do it in university, because, as I said, I wasn't all that great in it. It was just something I did because it really was fascinating, and people would say I was crazy for that, but I love it.
I did the same subjects as Brittany for similar reasons as well. I don't know if I would say I liked physics, but I tolerated it for CSEC. But then when I had to pick my tape subjects, I was like, I can't do physics again. There's no way.
Couldn't do math
again. And I was like, there's no way I am doing math. After that, add math lit me up. That's CSAT and math. I couldn't get that done at all. So then,
And then you did pure math?
yeah, because it was either, because I'm here thinking the mentality of, okay, I'm going to school at Colmare because that's the school I picked for sixth form. So it was either do pure math or physics. And I was there saying I'm not doing physics. So the only thing I could have done was pure math, because technically I had spoken to my father about, okay, what should I do to do medicine? So he was telling me, oh, your cousin did XYZ, but I want you to do these 3 subjects, because if you change your mind about medicine, if you do these 3 subjects, you can do anything you want. So that's why I ended up doing the pure math, even though math was really bad, guys. It was really bad, but
It was. I barely scaled that. I got like a 3.
you got it back. I didn't get it back. I didn't get that back. But the funny thing was that
the wall.
the topics that they were teaching you in ad math was in pure math. So some people in my class would have never seen those topics before, but I would have seen them before. Even though I did so stink at math anyway, I would see the stuff on the board and I'd be like, oh, that looks familiar, whatever, and I would just go along with my day. But yeah, that's why I ended up doing those subjects, because what's the word? It's very versatile, because you could basically do anything with that. You could do medicine, you could be an engineer, you could go on and just do physics, just chemistry, just biology. You get what I'm trying to say? Or you could be like an actuary, an accountant, anything with those. So
I could not do with math. How did you guys do math? And people are like, you serious? How you do physics? There were a lot more words.
Honestly,
and laws.
Brittany and another friend I was at Harrison College, they know who I'm talking. They know who I'm referring to. I'm talking to you. Yes, I'm talking to you. But we used to go to math lessons together and stuff. There was actually a group of us, but when I was in lower 6, I was still at Colmare in the beginning or what's not. So I wasn't really with Brittany and all of them because they were at a different school. So I stuck with myself because you know how it goes. How school people stick together and what's not unless they know each other. But I had an idea of who they were and stuff because we were there from CSEC times doing math. But when I moved to HC now, that was when I got to know them a little better. So they actually, believe it or not, I don't know if they know about this or not, but they pushed me to actually put my head down and do the best I could in the pure math. So thank you, Brittany, and thank you, Listra, Tiana, Robin.
Oh, that's so sweet. No problem.
Yeah.
We used to roll together for sure.
Yeah,
We used to roll together.
These classes at school as well.
Yeah. Those were some fun days, so lessons days. We used to just laugh. Laugh at beer jokes.
Beer jokes and laugh.
I miss those days. Wow.
Sixth form was hard. I would never go back to that. And my friends, I feel like we all did. I wouldn't go back. My friends, like obviously they branched out, so some people did environmental science and then some went off to BCC, and it was a lot to do with all your friends that you were in class with. From third farm to fifth farm, so I wouldn't go back.
It wasn't at all.
It was stressful for no reason. I don't think I needed to be that stressed in sixth form.
No, not at that age.
Maybe no, but not back then. I didn't need to be stressing like that. Seriously.
I wanted to do environmental science on the side privately, so I used to go to these lessons at QC in the afternoon and what's not. But that didn't follow through because there weren't a lot of people in the class. That's probably a sign though, because I can't imagine somebody doing 4 and then the core courses that everybody had to do as well. That's too much, man. That's too much.
And then the science is heavy already. So like
exactly, yeah.
Heavy is an understatement. Because people would hear you talking, but whoa, science. It is not for the faint of heart. If you don't want to cry at least once a month over a mark, leave it out. You will cry. I don't know anybody that just walk through science.
I think we were just professionals, honestly. I don't think it was
That too, yeah, that too. But you're really passionate about these subjects, so you wanted to do well.
When it's something you like,
Mhm.
is be passionate.
Yeah.
And
You know what
really
it is
want
that
to do well.
you there's something that you like to do, but you can't get it done. Like that would just kick you every time.
Annoy
That
you.
would really annoy you. So what other subjects you could have done? You could have done environmental science, biology, chemistry, physics, pure math. Could you have done applied math? Anybody did applied math?
You could have.
Yeah.
I think people did that.
Yeah.
But the main things you need is
Chemistry and
biology,
biology, yeah.
physics, farm,
Yeah.
sure, and then choose whatever else you want.
So how is medical school going so far, and did it meet your expectations of what medical school would be like before you actually went into medical school? Because I know when you're in like sixth form and stuff, you have all these ideas and what's not about, oh, medical school is going to be this way, it's going to be that way.
I think medical school so far is a lot. As the main word I'll say, it's a lot going on. I feel like I gave my life to medical school.
It feels like that for real.
And I don't mean it in a religious way. Of course, God got all the glory and God got all my time, but like medical school, like I have to plan things around medical school. It's crazy. It's so much work. It's very exhausting. Yes, it's a blessing because I'm doing what I want to do, but you know, that's the reality. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, make it sound so fabulous. But I feel like in every career, it has its struggles. So it's not like I'm fully surprised by, you know, this sort of thing. It's a blessing though. It's really nice.
Yeah, no point.
It's rewarding.
No point sugarcoating it, guys. Like whoever is listening to this right now and wants to go to medical school, I'm telling you this now because I don't think people will be telling you this, but it is not easy. It's not as easy as it looks. It's hard. It's overwhelming. There are many ups and downs. There are days that you are going to want to drop out, cry, just shut off your phone and not go to classes and what's not, because it's very overwhelming. It's a lot of information being thrown at you. It's like you drink water through a straw, right? But medical school, medical school is not that. You're drinking water straight from the fire hydrant. The water is coming out.
If somebody throw you off the boat, right. No, you can't swim.
Just kicked off the boat one time.
That you will be okay.
Can't swim. Telling you, come swim. You can do it. You can do it. It's fine. Where you down like that, just swim. But you don't know how to swim. So if you think it's just gonna be an easy ticket, an easy ride, or whatever,
no, honey.
No amount
it
of
really
money is worth this. You have to want to do this thing because it is not what I expected. I was like, yeah, you're a hard worker. We can go and we can do this. I'm not gonna complain because this is what I want to do. I choose this. Then I got in. I was working hard and the workload was going nowhere.
Not piling up.
Everybody is struggling. I'm like, this is not how it was supposed to go. Next semester, I will do better. You start earlier next semester, you try to get on top, and then you're on the bottom again at the end of the semester, wondering what happened.
Where did the time
You try
go?
again the next semester, and then it happens again. And you're like, oh, I will never be on top. Okay. So I feel like when I came into medical school, the orientation and everything didn't tell me that I would feel like a loser at the end of every semester. And I would have imposter syndrome, feeling like I'm not supposed to be there. Everybody just feels like I must be switched through the cracks because how am I still here? But they encouraged us. I feel like you do have some great teachers and they will come and they would say some things that will make you feel so good on the inside, let you know, look, even if something goes wrong, it's not the end of the world. You will be fine. I think, as Brittany said earlier, we do put a lot of pressure on ourselves in medical school. We don't quite realize how much we are learning in a short period of time. Like when people hear 5 years, they're like, oh my gosh, that's so long.
That 5 years is very hard.
During the semester, you have no sense of time. Everything is just going. So it's like if blocks of time are just being chopped off.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I'm in a vacuum because things will be going on in Barbados and I wouldn't know about it. I don't know if that's the best way to word it, but I would hear, obviously I would know about it, but I wouldn't know about it like at the time everybody else does.
Boys get all my information from when
Yeah, my friends would have to tell
why
me.
must you can't be in a vacuum? I will gotta be somewhere else because I be
You're in
clueless.
You're in space.
Like it's be real bad if it ain't medicine. I really ain't know about it.
I feel like my friends outside of med keep me grounded.
Yeah, they really
They don't
do.
even know how much they do. Especially if I need to vent or cry to somebody. Like, they're super supportive. So, thank God.
Yeah, I strongly agree. And they also, since they aren't of medicine, they like keep your head off of medicine. Like I could be freaking out about something with school, and then I go and hang out with my friend outside of medicine. I feel way better. I feel relaxed. I don't feel anxious. So thank you, guys.
They deserve a shout out. It's shouting you out. No.
Medical friends.
I don't think they realize how much they help.
But let's not only talk about the negative things. Like medicine is actually really fun. Hanging out with medical students too is really fun.
Yeah,
like,
I know, right?
Even when something goes wrong, we laugh about it together.
It's funny.
It's actually really good. You're making the best of friends.
It's like we're struggling together.
So we understand
It's
that.
like a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anybody that just goes, yeah, I get him through medical school like flying. Everybody is panicking, cramming. You will never know.
I mean, I might tell people that that aren't medical students that it's
going okay.
good. Yeah.
Because if you say anything more,
You
they're
want
not
to freak out nobody.
gonna understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Like,
want to freak out
good,
nobody.
yeah, I guess you're having fun at the hospital thing. Yeah. But when you're speaking to students, it's like, oh my gosh, you would never believe what happened last night.
All the
For
time, when we
real.
tell people that it's going okay, it's still the truth because all the stress and
It's
stuff
our new
that we
normal.
go through, we still get help on the other side in one piece. So when I say it's
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
okay,
man.
it's going okay because like things could be worse.
Yeah.
Honestly, can't complain.
It is
Mhm.
true. It is so true.
If you had one tip, it could be more than one tip, but anybody that's listening who is aspiring to be a doctor and go to medical school, what would it be?
I would say, yes, do your work. Make sure you put in all the work and thing, but take time for yourself or for other things. Because the workload's still gonna be enough. And you still gonna got enough things to do. Whether you decide to sacrifice your whole other life to do your work is still enough. So I think the best advice is take time out for other things. Balance your time. It might seem really hard, but try it. Try your thing.
If I had one tip, I would say make sure you have good friends, a buddy. You can't do this alone. If you're accustomed studying by yourself, if you're accustomed bottling it up, you can send yourself mad, and that is really not a joke. Dead serious. It will consume you. It is hard. And I'm not saying it is hard to scare you because you can do it. There are a lot of doctors, but you need good friends. You need a support system. Even if it's one friend, you need somebody that can ground you. So if you don't have good friends right now, and you know they're not good friends, go and get you a good friend.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
That's
you know,
good
Mia does
wisdom,
the same.
dear.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
Cut
them out.
Go and get a good friend. You need somebody. You can't get to this alone. Nobody's walking through this alone. You need somebody.
That's some good wisdom there, Goldie.
I agree with what Goldie and Brittany said. And also, school days are happy days. Don't forget that. You might not understand what I'm saying now, but in a few years, when you look back at it, you're going to see what will be, will be. If it's supposed to be for you, it will be for you. If you don't get into medical school the first try, don't let that stop you. I'm telling you, there are doctors out here who didn't get in the first time and they did another degree and came back and did medicine because that's what they really wanted to do. So if medicine is really what you want to do, doesn't matter how old you are, you'll always be 39 at some point. So you could be 39 and a doctor as well. Just fulfill whatever career you want to do. I'm telling you, don't listen to what other people are saying. If they want to cure you or say, oh, you have to be so-and-so to get into medical school or whatever, it's not always like that, guys. If it's really
the top
for
of the
you,
class is a doctor, but the top of the class is not a special kind of doctor. Same
Exactly.
doctor at the bottom of the class.
and a patient isn't going to look at your face and say, oh, what did you do? before medical school, or did you get into medical school on the first try, or were you an honors student or whatever? Like, patients don't care about that. What they care about is your character, your relationship with them, how you interact with them and other doctors on your team. Being smart is only part of it, but it's not all of it.
Amen. We have definitely learned that in like the past 6 months, that being smart is definitely not all of it. I don't even know if it's even half.
Correct.
You have to care. So I don't come in this thing for money.
And be
Yeah, you
humble
can get money.
too.
You can
That's
get
a
money
very
from
important
any
Well,
one.
anything.
Humble. You have to be humble for real.
True.
Very
Humility is very
empathetic as well.
important.
Basically, if you are not humble, by the time you come in medical school, it will humble you.
From
Facts.
day one, you will be humble
Very quick.
so
Honest
quick.
truth.
All right, guys, so that's about it for this episode. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys have any questions about medical school or applications and subjects and what's not, don't forget that you can always message us on Instagram. We'll be there. We'll message back as soon as possible, and check you guys in about 2 weeks or so for our next episode.
See you guys.
See you
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.